Oh god, this background music is so loud compared to Rowena. Alright, hello everybody! Hello Void Dweller Nagituna to our mainstream Zarmega's Mystery Theater. Welcome back to Chaos Head NoaH. Last time, Takumi, he took Yua's advice, he went to the doctor, and he remembered a lot of things about this doctor. Like, this doctor has seen him his whole life, and there's a very suspicious looking committee of 300, probably, I think the organization has its own name, like, Men in Black type dudes. So, hello Olga, welcome to the stream. So it really does seem like Takumi has some kind of superpower. And, that, like, is being kept a secret by, like, this organization. And they're, like, monitoring him. So, in a way, kind of similar to, I forgot the name of it. The other game with the psychic dude. No, Zomi was the name of the thing, but the, Nakazawa Uchikoshi game, fuck. Damn it! I am drawing a blank on the name. It's gonna drive me fucking insane. It began Root Double. Got it! I got it! Yeah, a bit like Root Double, in which the main dude had psychic powers, but, like, it was being covered up. Oh my god, okay. I'm not that old yet. Anyway, we also found we also took a brief look at a new girl who was moving to Shibuya and pretty broken up about it. So, looks like she's gonna come into the picture too. Let's get back into it. Oh yeah, it looks like we're starting from a perspective of a new character. It was the first time in 3 days that Ben Yasuji had set foot in the Shibuya police station conference room. The investigation meeting for the Maruyamacho crucifixion homicide case had already begun, and Bon was greeted with universal gazes of displeasure for his tardiness. Oh, we do have a secondary main character, it seems. Dang. Bon forced a polite smile before bending down to sit. He supposed that it was not quite the right time to reveal that he had been cooped up in the bathroom with diarrhea. Ooh. The Maruyamacho crucifixion homicide case. You know what that reminds me of? The way they spell this. I'm sorry, but in Persona freaking 5, when they spell science with a PSI in Futaba's thing, it's like, why do they gotta do that? That is like the most chuny thing ever. I'm sorry. Just spell the word normally. Jeez. Like, when they do that, it kind of takes me out of it. It's just like a general thing, like, not like just in this game. Had been assigned to the Shibuya police station on the morning after the incident. I mean, maybe they're doing it because of it's like a kanji pun that they're trying to translate into English. I that's probably what it is, actually, now that I think about it. As they were lacking in manpower due to the Cornelius Tower mass suicide case and the Shibuya Station undergrad and fetus homicide case. Even the third-rate assistant inspector, Mon, who in the Metropolitan Police Department's investigation division were practically begging to retire. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he's older. Had been called in by the main office. Moreover, as all the incidents had occurred within the Shibuya police station's jurisdiction, it was an unusual situation in which a single jurisdictional station was utilizing the 3 special investigation teams. Because of this, operations were made quite difficult, with the 3 investigation teams having access to only one large conference room that they had to alternate between. The mass media was hailing it all as one large case in his new gen. Like, seriously. Why would anyone think these things are related? They're completely different crimes. Like, Unless the police have more information that they're not sharing, that shows there's a connection between these incidents. And there were rumors that the police would combine 3 investigation teams in order to make a new gen investigation division, thus solving the issue of manpower. All the detectives found this prospect completely asinine, seriously, regarding it nothing more than an absolute joke.
Assistant Inspector, your report.
Bond's superior, Inspector Matsunaga, who was in charge of the investigation team, called out to Bond with a piercing gaze. But Bond did not notice this. He simply continued to cool himself down with a handheld fan as he took a moment to recuperate.
Assistant Inspector Bond, are you listening to me?
Oh, who's this guy? Just a fresh-faced young police officer.
The boss is calling you. Bond-san, he's waiting for your report. Hello?
The whispers of Bond's partner, a rookie named Suwa, finally got him to realize he was being called. Oh my god, it's Detective Gumshoe! Oh! Alright!
Oh, sorry about that. So I'll get the report.
You want me to do it?
I did tell you to if I wasn't here, so them's the breaks. Hurry it up.
Suwa saw it as his superior jabbed him in the elbow, then stood up straight and tall. Yeah.
The analysis of the security camera footage from near the crime scene is finally concluded. The recording shows a suspicious individual present at the scene and around the time the crime was likely committed.
No, that's not him, Void Dweller. The guy that I hated from that Higurashi console arc, he was a reporter, I think. Murmurs echoed through the conference room. The relaxed atmosphere from before it been turned on its head. The other detectives began to take frantic notes in order not to miss a single word of Suwa's report. Considering the situation, it was no surprise they were so frantic about it. After all, 3 horrific cases had occurred within their jurisdiction in the span of a single month, only one of which was not ruled as a homicide as of yet. Their strong determination to find the culprit even in the face of their reputations was only natural.
I'll show the footage on the projector.
As per the instructions Bond had given in advance, Suwa had the projector display the footage on the projector screen. The projector showed an image of the confined, filthy back alley of Maru Yamacho. It was night and there were very few streetlights present, so virtually nothing was visible.
It's a security camera from a coin-operated parking lot located about 50 meters from the scene of the crime.
The parking lot was only big enough to fit 2 vehicles! My god! They make enough money from a 2-vehicle parking lot to have a security camera? Holy shit, man. All it displayed was the road that was one farther away from the crime scene. The video had no sound. The time the video had been recorded was graciously displayed on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. 9:34 p.m.
犯行現場近隣の住民の証言により、21時過ぎから21時半頃まで釘を打ちつける音がしていたというのはご承知の通りだと思いますが。
According to the testimony of residents near the crime scene, the sound of nails being hammered could be heard beginning from just past 9 p.m. and ending at around 9:30 p.m., which I imagine you already know.
この映像は21時34分。つまりまさに犯行時間直後ということになります。
This footage is from 9:34 p.m., which means it was recorded right after the time of the crime.
不審人物が映っているのは21時34分53秒からおよそ6秒間です。駐車場の前の道を奥から手前へと走り抜けていきます。
The suspicious individual is shown for around 6 seconds, starting from 9:34:53. During that time, they run from the back of the road in front of the parking lot to the front.
Oh no! Poor Takumi! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Poor Takumi! His life just keeps getting so fucked. Oh man. Takumi's like, what? Surely nothing else bad could happen to me. Absolutely nothing. I got tricked by this stupid girl, and now I could possibly have powers or just be sick. But surely that's the end of my troubles. Do. It's not like I'm going to become a suspect in this murder case. Immediately following Sua's explanation, a silhouette appeared on the footage. They seemed to be in a great hurry and ran from the back of the screen to the front. As the resolution was quite poor, not even their gender could be... Are you serious? Really? Ascertained at a glance. I don't know. Looks like a dude to me, but okay. But Bond had already gotten the crime laboratory to analyze that very point.
科捜研で解析した結果、映っている人物は男。年齢は10代後半から20代とのことっす。です。
Void Dweller, wow, that question you just asked is like the very premise of Arknights.
The results of the forensic analysis showed that the individual is a man with an age estimated between late teens and early 20s. And early 20s.
人相の判別までは無理でした。服装がかなり特徴的ですが、これは小島にある私立水明学園の男子制服と分かりました。
It was impossible to discern their facial features. Their clothing, however, is fairly distinct, and it was discovered to be the male uniform of Suimei Private Academy, located in Shoto.
それと、右手に注目してもらいたいんですが。
Also, if you direct your attention toward the right hand...
Oh god! Because he took that fucking thing! Oh no! Oh no! The image enlarged on the right hand of the suspicious individual. It appeared to be grasping something.
スローで再生するとわかるが、走りながら腕を振っている際、この握りしめている何かが駐車場の照明に反射して光を放ってるんだな、これが。
Upon playing the footage back in slow motion, we discovered that when he waves his arms up while running, the light reflects on the object he's holding. Thanks to the lighting present in the parking lot.
Now at the good part, Bond took over Sua's explanation.
形状からして犯行に使われた十字架型の杭である可能性がある。
Judging by the shape, there's a possibility that it's the same kind of cross-shaped stake used in the crime.
The detectives continued to murmur noisily.
The crucifixion culprit may be a high schooler.
The proposition was fairly shocking to them. After all, it meant that the New Generation Madness moniker that the mass media had been pushing could actually become a reality.
Those goddamn millennials.
この少年だということか。
So the closest person we have to a suspect would be this boy, correct?
そういうことになりますね。
That would be the case indeed.
Bond stroked the stubble on his jaw. It was a habit of his. Whenever he fell one step closer to cornering a culprit, he would always reach for that satisfying scraping sensation.
以上です。
That is all.
Sua took a deep breath and sat down.
ひどいっすよ先輩。美味しいところ持ってきて。
You're the worst, sir. I can't believe you robbed me of the best part like that.
Ignoring Sua's grumbling, Bond once again burned the image of the high school boy into his mind.
ようやく尻尾を出したんだ。そいつを掴んで離さねえようにしないとね。
So, you're finally showing yourself. Now we're just gonna grab onto you and never let go.
So it looks like the girl and oh god. Looks like the girl and the why is it all wonky? Internet cache. Remember? Oh my god. You used to be able to do this. Wow. You used to be able to. Wow, this is like some old school shit. I remember constantly doing this like I'm sorry, Olga. I've said it that way my whole fucking life. You know what? Don't blame me. Blame the people that spell it that way. If you're gonna put a freaking E in your word, then I'm gonna fucking say it. Of course I've had a CRT monitor, just that when we've seen it before, it wasn't displayed like this. Sure enough, the image Shogun had oh, it's back to Takumi. Sure enough, the image Shogun had sent me was in my cache folder. 168491.jpg was his name. Obviously, a part of me was still hesitant to even look at it. I mean, it was a pretty fucking nasty image. Grotesque as all hell, too. I was sure just looking at it would throw me right back to the scene of the crucifixion, where the violent scene had taken place right in front of me. But even then, I needed to expose you as flawed logic, and therefore guarantee my own safety and innocence. So yeah, just look at the history of the image. Thankfully, since Seraton was there for me, I could handle a little bit of gore. Mustering all the courage I had, I double-clicked the file. Gah. God, it was so gory. But compared to the crucifixion scene I'd seen in person, it wasn't quite as bad. Now, I wonder, could this be a Photoshop, like, of what they were going to do? Or, like, actually, somehow a photo sent back in time? Telling myself that the image had to be fake, I was just barely able to stomach it. If the police find this on your computer, Takumi, you are in so much fucking trouble. When I'd first received the image, I'd closed it immediately after looking at it once. I hadn't inspected it thoroughly. This time, holding back the urge to vomit, I decided to examine the image in excruciating detail. I didn't know much about how to tell whether a picture was fake or not, but taking a look at the shadows, seeing if there was anything off about the surrounding area, and other stuff like that should probably be enough. Oh, hello, Easy. Welcome to the stream. The question is, like, If this is a security feed, how come the police don't have this footage? Like, all the police had was the footage of the of Takumi running, right? The only possible. Hello, Conway. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it does look like from a CCTV camera. The only possibility I had in mind was that the photo had been taken in advance, and the crucifixion corpse had then been put on top of it using CGI. And then, the day after Shogun had sent the picture to me, they'd executed the crime exactly as they edited in the image. Wow, that was my thought too. Huh. Thanks to the poor resolution, how dark the image was, I could only really see the stakes, leaving the identity of the victim unclear. Light was only really hitting the area surrounding the corpse. Yet something about the image was just begging for me to look at the crucifixion itself. I feel like that was the intent of the person who'd made it. It's like a freaking ARG thing. If this had come out like a couple of years later, I imagine there would have been like an ARG related to this. This really feels like an ARG type of thing. I mean, come on. Focusing that much light around the corpse was kind of overkill, don't you think? Well, it wasn't like I'd been paying close attention to the actual crime scene, so I couldn't really jump to conclusions. In the picture, the demon girl wasn't standing in front of the crucified corpse. But when I opened my eyes wide and looked even closer, I noticed a silhouette in a dark spot on the left side of the image. Oh, you mean like this? I'd almost completely missed it. Due to the low res of the image, the shadow the figure stood and blended perfectly into the surrounding scenery. You could easily miss it if you weren't paying close attention. Oh, I thought he meant to the left side of the corpse. Obviously, the image was fake. But what if the person who'd taken the photo had accidentally left themselves in it? If they had, it was possible that they'd forgotten to edit themselves out when they tampered with the image. Yeah, I don't see anything over here. It looked like they were wearing a Suime uniform. I don't see it. I don't see it. In that case, it had to be the demon girl. She had been wearing one at the time of the crime, after all. But when I took a closer look, I noticed that the figure's hair was actually pretty short. Ooh, it's the other girl. It's that short blue-haired girl that we only saw like once. The demon girl had longer hair like Yua. Alright then, time for some computer magic. I'll use my lead Photoshop hacks or skills to get details. I open up some image processing software and drag the image in. Then with a big gulp, I selected the levels option in the adjustments menu. And brighten the once darkened corners of the image. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it. Oh! What?! What?! Oh my god. What the hell? Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. But it looks like he's running in terror, so whoever took this photo edited the magical girl out of the photo. Oh boy. Someone's out to get him, it feels like. What? I don't. That's. Pictured on the screen. Pictured on the screen was unmistakably me. But it looks like his exact reaction to what happened. How is it me? It didn't make any sense. I'd never even been there before September 29th. Oh, you're right. He's not carrying the spike in the photo. Unless that's an error. I'd never even been there before September 29th. It was fake. It had to be fake. I couldn't find any bit of proof that it was. But it absolutely had to be. Nothing made sense otherwise. I mean, Shogunate in the image on the 28th, and the crucifixion murder case occurred on the 29th. Hello, Seiya. You're right at the climactic part. You missed the police. You missed the detectives. We got introduced to. If the image of what was happening on the 29th, then that would mean it was a picture taken for the future. Uh-oh. Well, how would he have been able to produce that picture? Like, even if he could predict the future, how could he get a future picture here? Do you have precognitive powers? Fuck you! There's no way I have powers! I kicked the plastic bottle at my feet and closed the paint program. I checked the file's property to see when it was made, and then I lost all words. Here we go. That's the thing I wanted him to check first. The timestamp was the 28th, but that was the least of all my worries now. In the comment section of the properties menu was a single, oh, is it whose eyes are those eyes? Was a single inconspicuous sentence. A sentence my eyes couldn't look away from. Yep. Oh boy. Oh, what the fuck is going on? I slammed my hands on the keyboard before shoving it to the edge of my desk. I clutched my head. No! Stop talking to Sarah. Save me, Sarah! I could barely hold back my tears. With the holiday didn't disturb a whole week of nothing but more and more insane bullshit. Why was I the only one that had to deal with this shit? Hang on a second. If they had somehow managed to get a photo of me, and then they'd edit it into the image of the crime scene. That, and let's not forget, you weren't holding the stake in the image. So Shogun is clearly out to get him. He's clearly out to fuck with him. That would either mean Shogun had taken a photo of me without my consent, or that he had somehow obtained my photo from another source. And considering how he'd suddenly entered the chat room and started talking to me right after Grimm had left, he had likely been aiming for me and me alone from the very start. Yeah, Shogun is definitely like a major boss here. Shogun might have very well have discovered my real identity. Oh boy. I would tell the police about this. You gotta work with the police. I think that's your best bet right now. If that was true, then Shogun, the demon girl, anyone could raid my base at any moment, and then I'd be abducted. Uh-oh. What's that? I felt a chill on the nape of my neck. It was the gaze again. Oh boy. I wonder if that's Shogun. Like, is someone scrying on him? There was something there, watching me. Don't look at me. Did you really think I'd turn around? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. We're gonna get jump scared. We're gonna get fucking jump scared. Oh God. I knew the rules of the game better than anyone. It'll take more than that to make me turn around game. That's why you put your freaking computer facing the goddamn door. Oh God. We're gonna get fucking jump scared. Oh God. Oh God. Fear sent goosebumps all over my body. That's why you always have your back to the wall. Always when you're on a computer. Always. Fear sent goosebumps all over my body, and I felt a strong urge to check that the door was locked. But instead of doing that, I just continued to stare at my monitor, as I was way too stubborn to let myself loose. Do you have a mirror of any kind with you, Takumi? I don't think the computer has a webcam. You can't use that to look behind you. Oh, God. Unable to calm down, I opened up my default word processor and wrote down everything on my mind. That has to be it. Demon Girl equals cold-blooded murderer, has precognitive powers. Shogun equals Demon Girl's underling. Yua equals Shogun's underling. No, I don't think Yua's on the same side as them. She seems like a junior detective. That has to be it. As I stared fearfully at the word demon, I began to wonder if the girl at the crime scene was actually a real demon. Well, there's clearly magical powers involved in things. I mean, come on. She couldn't be human by any means. If she was a demon, she might actually be able to see the future. And she could see the future. Projecting a scene from the future onto a picture via psychic photography would be child's play. It would line up perfectly with how she'd somehow managed to carry out the gruesome crucifixion all on her own. She then got her underling Shogun to send the image to me. A person who she knew would end up accidentally witnessing the crime scene. Because of the precognition. I didn't know why she'd done that. Maybe it was a threat. This'll be you next if you tell anyone what you saw. Exactly. I would think like the pink hair girl is Shogun. It's like, or maybe it was a death sentence. You're next. And if that really was what it meant, then I'm fucked. They could come and murder me at any moment. Oh God, someone's gonna say something from behind him. Oh, delusion time. Avril Lavigne! Oh my God, blast from the past. And or in this world, I should say, Angara Lavira. Oh my God! I remember those days. It's a skater boy, let's see you later, boy. Da 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 do 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 do. Oh, we're back to Yua. Okay. Okay, Kusunoki Yua faced the PC in her room. She's a fan of Avril Lavigne. Her profile gravely serious. She swiftly read through the information as displayed on the monitor. Before long, Yua let out a small sigh and released her hand from the mouse. Glancing at a piece of paper sitting within written reach of her, Yep. I love how this is like, even though it wasn't intentionally written that way at the time, it really does feel like a period piece of the 2000s, of the early 2000s, which is fucking cool. I gotta say, they really did capture the time period very well. The internet time period. It was ironic. It's so weird to say given the content of the story, but wow, the internet was such a more innocent place back then, wasn't it? My God. It's awfully nostalgic. I love how this game is like I'm of course I didn't play it back then, but this game seems to be like unintentionally serving as a nostalgia factor. Like, Steins Gate didn't seem to be like really lean in on its time period, except for like, but yeah, but this seems to be really echoing what period of time it came out in, and I love that. It's really grounding of it. Anyway, back to the story. Before long, Yua let out a small sigh and released her hand from the mouse, glancing at a piece of paper sitting within reach of her. How did she get this? Yeah. It was the very same. Oh, yeah, that's right. She hacked into the thing. It was the very same paper she had put before Nishijo Takumi the day before. The printout of the chat log between Neidhart and Shogun. Nishijo-kun. Yua muttered a single name. The view of Takumi sitting alone on that Shoto Park bench appeared in her mind, before she quickly shook her head to drown it out. Suddenly, she looked behind herself in surprise. Oh, God, someone is crying on her, too. Oh, shit. Who is this Eyes of God person? Just now, it felt like someone was watching me. Oh, God, does that mean she also has powers now? Her gaze stopped upon a large stuffed giraffe ensconced in her bed. Wondering if it had just been her imagination, she tilted her head in puzzlement. Then she slowly rose to her feet, walked over to her bed, and fell onto it head first. The sheets smelled of the sun. It seemed that her mother kindly dried the futon earlier today. Yua buried her face in the relieving scent, her gaze wandering about vacantly. So, I do wonder, like, if she's like a junior detective of some kind, like, or she got into this case because her friend or someone related to her was a victim of the New Gen murders, and that's why she's investigating. That's just my theories. Yua buried her face in the relieving scent, her gaze wandering about vacantly. Her room was very neat and orderly, placing her meticulous personality on full display. This especially applied to her large bookshelf, which was rather incongruous for a room sized around 13 square meters. It was packed tightly with countless books, leaving hardly any gaps. Oh, I had a bookshelf like that. However, charmingly, the lower half consisted of nothing but complex academic books, computer-related books, and other similar material, contrasting greatly with the upper half, which was filled with shoujo manga and anime DVDs. She really is a fujoshi. She didn't lie about that. With another sigh, Yua turned her body face up and stared at the ceiling. DID. Ooh, well, I know what that means. DID. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Excuse me, what the fuck? I did not own a bookshop. What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh no, this is not... I could tell right away what they're trying to... They're trying to say Wikipedia, but they fucked it up so badly. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Japan. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, let's... it's a very, very, very suspicious... Oh, this actually was not from Committee of Zero. This was actually in the original game. Oh my god. Wow. Did anyone ever tell them about this in the last fucking 15 years since this game was released? What the fuck? Anyway, it is a wiki entry of a wiki that I'd never go on in my entire life. Oh my god. On dissociative identity disorder. She muttered the name of the mental illness she had just been researching. An explanation related to it was still displayed on her monitor. It must be so hard. So she genuinely thinks he has DID. Yua hugged the stuffed Garo Froggy by her pillow tightly as she thought about Takumi. But I... However, her expression soon vanished, replaced only by the gritting of her teeth. God, the jump cuts are so startling. Seriously. Amazing way of building tension. Well, she's worried about his mental state, but I like that's totally different from, like, you know, from, like, you know, what she said before being the truth. It hurt to breathe. All I was doing was looking things up on my PC. Yet it hurt to breathe. I could feel my heart pounding harder than it ever had before. And of course, the feeling that something was watching me would not go away. I was still just barely keeping myself from turning around, but I knew I couldn't do it for much longer. Dude, if I were you, I would rearrange your fucking whole base area so your desk was at least facing sideways. Like, you have it set up in such a shitty way, man. Where if anyone does break in, they could totally just shank you, and you'd never know the fucking difference. I was still just barely keeping myself from turning around, but I knew I couldn't do it for much longer. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Show yourself, asshole! I cried out angrily at whatever it was. Surely it wasn't the demon girl, right? Oh god, what if it was?
She could be using second sight, or clairvoyance, or some other demonic power to spy on me.
Ooh, who's that? Chills on my back were gradually getting stronger, to the point where they were getting slightly painful, like jolts of electricity coursing through my body. Oh god, it's like his powers awakening, or is this like a genuine panic attack? I was covered from head to toe in sweat. The front of my t-shirt was completely soaked. God damn it! Oh god. No, but I mean, he should set it up sideways, so that all he has to do to see if someone is there is glance to the right. Like, he should move it to like a sideways setup. Oh, God. Oh my god, Halavaras. It feels like someone is trying to sell me something! Unable to take it anymore, I ripped around in my chair as forcefully as I could, and yet all I saw was my room, in the same condition as always. I didn't see a single thing that shouldn't have been there. How are you not there? Who are you? With a yell that was closer to a shriek than anything, I burst up from my chair and went to make sure the door was locked. And much to my relief, it was. I wiped away the sweat on my forehead with my sleeve. God, these fucking camera movements, man. Returning to my PC, I focused on the monitor once more. I was still displaying what I had been researching earlier, precognition. God. Oh my god. When I was a kid, I truly believed that precognition existed, that psychic existed. And if I was being completely honest, I still did to a degree. That was my first thought, and that the image from Shogun and the demon girl was a precognitive photograph. A thought which only drove me back to look at it onto it all the more. What if maybe, just maybe, there were tons of psychics all over the world, and I just didn't know? That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Back when I was a kid, when that bus accident happened, I'd managed something that had been pretty close to precognition. For that reason, I couldn't completely rule out its existence. But no matter how much I searched, all I could find was extremely dubious articles about the occult, voodoo shit, or whatever else. There was absolutely nothing that proved scientifically whether it existed or not. There has to be at least something! Deluded. Growing increasingly frustrated, I finally tapped away at the keyboard. I couldn't deal with how anxious not having a concrete answer made me. Is it gonna lead him to Nozomi? I wonder. Was the world really telling me to give up? To wait here trembling in fear of demons that might or might not come? I couldn't stay seen like that. Or of course I would have vastly preferred to learn that precognition didn't exist. But regardless of what the truth was, I needed to know it badly. Pretty much out of options, I decided to take a look at @channel's occult board. The bracelet was typically home to nothing but total BS noise, lies and misinformation, mainly. But it actually had some pretty mind-blowing and even useful information scattered on it sometimes. fighting back how frantic I was. I opened up that channel. Then I clicked on the occult board and gave precognition a search. And when I did... Ooh, new gen. Feston. Phantasm. What do you guys think of Phantasm's prophetic songs? Ooh, who is Phantasm? Logging off to hear Fess's prophecies, precognition, IRL. Interesting. Picking a Phantasm General New Gen. Shittily predicting the future of Japan, precognition thread. Number of dudes who want Feston, Queen of Precognition. What is Fess? Huh? My search pulled up a number of surprising threads. About 30 of them. Was precognition a hot topic on Ant Channel at the moment? With a gulp, I checked the thread titles one by one.
Phantasm. FES.
Okay, good. He doesn't know what those are either. Phantasm. FES. Most of the threads contain those two keywords. In addition, new gen discussion had also wormed its way in, with lots of unsettling terms like prophetic lyrics and murderer being used. Okay, it looks like there's like someone in... Yeah, exactly, Mystery Theater. I think he should go to the police for protective custody. So it looks like Fess is an idol. Or Fess and or Phantasm is like an idol that has prophetic song lyrics about this. That's what it seems like. In addition, new gen discussion also wormed its way in with lots of unsettling terms like prophetic lyrics and murderer being used. Well, Phantasm is a general word, so... Oh, it is a band. Okay. Having never heard of Phantasm before, I went to Google them. Apparently, they were a Shibuya-based 4-piece gothic punk band that had been doing live concerts recently. They were so popular, in fact, they were completely dominating the indie music scene, with a female vocalist known only as Fess. There we go. They are a band. I wonder if Fess is a girl that we've seen before. Anyway, to check whether it was related to precognition or not, I clicked on the thread at the top titled Precognition and Prophecies, Phantasm General, New Gen 43, and gave the contents a brief skim. Here we go. Oh god, I couldn't read that. It was all blurred. Alright, here we go. Precognition and Prophecies, Phantasm General, New Gen 43. Anonymous Prophet Sage. Calm your tits, everyone. But yeah, let's go to the concert Sunday. Those who do will enjoy Best Sama's Black Mass. Oh, it's like a satanic band. What? Without letting any of it go to waste. Miss out and you'll be getting the crucifixion treatment, Lemafau. I read the lyrics, but this feels like a stretch. The phrasing is vague as shit. There's no way any are actual prophecies. If I'm wrong, they'll have mercy on me, crucifixion killer. Lol. Calling it precognition or a prophecy or whatever the fuck is taking it way too far, Lamau. This ain't Nostradamus, so how about we sit back and enjoy the music for what it is? Sheep. Fess's stuff ain't bad lyrically, but I can definitely feel the new gen connection, TBH. Everyone always talks about Fess. Rip the composer Rio. Poor guy's getting no credit. Rio! Oh god! Wait. Rio was like a real composer. Like, I think he made a lot of songs for Hatsune Miku. Like, I think Supercell, I think something like no, something like that. God damn it. Rio and Supercell, I know, were a famous duo of composers that composed some really iconic Hatsune Miku songs. I think maybe Love is War was one of them. I think, I don't know, but I definitely know Rio was a composer for Vocaloid that did a lot of classic Vocaloid songs. Of course, it's probably not the same person, but it's also a composer, so that's why I thought of it. Hello, Duskblight. Welcome to the stream. Feston. Feston's lyrics force me to find the meaning of life. It's a trap. Festards are total shitters, Lamel. Well, to be honest, I want to be insulted by Fessama in that chill voice of hers while she grinds her boots into my ass. Over and over until it feels like my eyes are going to fall out of their sockets. Ooh, wow. Somebody's got a fetish here. It feels so intoxicating to stop on the edge. Oh, he wants to be edged. And so erotic. As I wonder if she'll spit on my face or not. No matter what you think, I want Fest to stick a knife. Oh, God. That's a bit too far. And cut open my throat, ending my life. I want to breathe my last breath as she says to me, "You're an eyesore." Dang. Feston is my waifu. Take that shit to the BDSM thread. Also, Fess is my waifu, actually. Stop bumping this shit. This is what you guys mean by new gen prophecy stuff. Brainwashing. We know what brainwashing is. O servant, revealed by the light of the moonlit night, connect the phantasmal paths which lead to this place. Little do they know, their screams will soon turn to silence, and repose shall fall upon us as we link hand in hand with the wind. Okay, so this is talking about the suicide. By the way, I say fuck Phantasm. Like, Lamau, their fans are terrifying. You think they're all brainwashed. Lol, now you're gonna get it. Don't leak the lyrics, dumbass. What a brainless troll. What do you mean don't leak the lyrics? Banned lyrics are on the internet all the time. Those lyrics, depending on how you interpreted them, they could be seen as referring to the group dive. And yet those lyrics had been released 2 months ago. Which meant they hadn't been written after the crucifixion.
これが予知ってこと?
Is this precognition? Could it just be a coincidence? Or could Phantasm be yet another one of the Demon Girl's underlings? I read the thread in more detail, only to find out that each of the three new gen incidents had all been prophesized by Phantasm Lear. Okay, there you go. This is the first actual connection between the incidents. Yeah, like Nagita, I don't think it's that different now. If anything, I think the 2000s were a much more innocent time than now. However, the lyrics for the songs that supposedly prophesized the man-child and the crucifixion incidents had not been posted on that channel. Apparently uploading them online was viewed as a taboo of sorts. Really? Wait, but don't bands like print the song lyrics on the inside of their album CDs? The philosophy seemed to be, if you really want to know, just go to the concerts and buy an album yourself. Regardless, there were a great number of people online trying to predict the next new gen case. Based on the songs Phantasm had performed thus far. And apparently, ever since New Gen kicked off, Phantasm's albums have been completely selling out. I wonder if, like, a lot of the girls we've seen are in that band or something. Yep, waifu wars never change. That's something as old as time itself. They have been so successful, in fact, that even the mainstream media had picked up on it. Gothic man boasting cult following rises among the youth of Shibuya. News stories like that were popping up all over the place. The one writing the lyrics was the head singer, Fess. Nobody knew her real name. I imagine they have a website, this band. Or at least fan sites. With pictures of the people. What if Fess was actually the demon girl? If she was, it would explain how she managed to prophesize the incidents literal months before they occurred. The demon girl was the culprit after all. I mean, it looked like that, but you didn't actually see her doing it. It's very likely that she is, but you just saw her looking at the body. I tried doing an image search, but I couldn't find any good photos of her face. Dang. Well, because you could at least tell her hair color. All the pictures were taken by phones during her concerts, and they were so blurry I couldn't even begin to make out her face. Oh my god, so he's gonna have to go to a concert. I wonder if he's gonna take anybody with him. Oh, did he recognize her? Shit! I wiped my sweat-drenched forehead with the hem of my shirt. I was frustrated. I was scared. I couldn't believe anything. I didn't even want to see anything. Several emotions swirled within me, suffocating me. My breathing hadn't even come close to stabilizing this entire time. But even so, I knew one thing for certain. I needed to see Fess's face. With trembling fingers, I typed in Phantasm's name and clicked on their official website. Here we go. Ooh, blood red. The site was mostly black, decorated only by a text of uniform deep crimson color. It was unrelenting in its simplicity, and yet it felt so incredibly eerie and strange. 20 XDX. There was barely anything on the site at all. Just basic information on their concerts and discography. There wasn't even a single image. There were no profiles on the band members. Really? Yeah, seriously, Nagitona, ow, the edge. Yeah, they were truly the 2000s band. There were no profiles of the band members nor anything on their song lyrics. Really? Well, if they were the culprit, they wouldn't want their face on the internet anyway. Talk about thorough. I took a look at their performance schedule and saw that they typically perform about every other week. Have they ever been interviewed? Yep, he's gonna go to the concert! Oh wow, this will be super interesting. I wonder if he's gonna take somebody with him. Their next concert was... Yep. The day after tomorrow. If I went to it, I'd be able to check whether Fess was the demon girl or not. But even if I did find out they're one and the same, what would I even do? Report Fess to the police? Cry and beg her to leave me alone? Bring a crucifix and attempt a mock exorcism? Dude, I don't think you nearly are strong enough to do that, man. Yeah, none of those are gonna happen. I was up against a demon. There was no way in hell an otaku freak like me could come out on top. Unless this was an anime. Problem is, if I didn't, I'd die. She'd transform my corpse into a Norse art piece, and I'd be posted on the All Things New Gen site as yet another case.
そんなのやだ
Fuck that! But if I didn't do something, I'd never find out what the picture of me that Shogun had sent really meant. And the off chance that Fess wasn't connected to the demon girl, maybe I could ask her to help me fight against whoever the demon girl actually was.
だけどやっぱり無理だライブなんて行けるわけがない
Like that's ever gonna happen. I'd never survive going to a concert. Yeah, that's a really pressuring situation. And he doesn't have anyone he can take with him that he trusts. Unless someone bumps into him that he trusts. I'd never been to one in my life. That sort of thing was infinitely beyond my comfort zone. I've been to some Broadway musicals in my time, but I have not been to a concert, which is sad because one thing I'd love to see, and if I ever get the chance, like when my son is older, like so, me and my significant other can actually go out at night again, is to go see a video game concert, like go see like a Zelda concert or something like that. Like, oh man, I'd love to do that. That's something I'd absolutely love to do. Hello, Dark Samurai. Welcome to the stream. That sort of thing was infinitely beyond my comfort zone. Not to mention concert halls were cramped and dark and noisy and crowded. Just imagining a place like that made me want to hurl. I was at my wit's end. I had no idea what to do. Ooh, there's that chill again. The chills on my back, the back of my neck still hadn't gone away, and the painful prickling sensation suddenly turned into a burning one. I looked behind me yet again, but like always, nobody was there.
もうやめてよ
Dude, change your setup! Dude, for your own sanity, you gotta change your fucking setup, man. Please, make your desk face the side. For your own mental health. Just stop. Please. I closed my eyes tightly, focusing on nothing other than waiting for the gaze to disappear. I didn't want to go through this torment for the rest of my life. You know what this reminds me of, actually? The gaze and everything. This reminds me of, oh, goddammit. Axolotl. RB Axolotl. With, the brown, axolotl, who was kind of exhibiting very similar symptoms to Takumi here. Had like a relentless evil eye constantly watching him, which was terrifying, and showed many of these same symptoms. It's a very similar situation here. I didn't want to go through this torment for the rest of my life. For all I knew, the gaze would straight up kill me someday.
考えろ匠
Think, Takumi.
僕にできることを考えろ
What can I do? Think! Power lines. Value of death. Ooh, what is... Wow. It's an indie game. It's an indie VN that's, yeah. It takes a lot of inspiration from, like, from Umineko and a whole other bunch of visual novels, like, you know, in this genre. It's a short one. It's a pretty short game. I let's played it a while ago. It's really nice for what it is, and I can't wait for the continuation whenever Active finishes it. So yeah, I'm rooting for her. Hiding in the shadow of a telephone pole, I looked at the Gigantes concert hall from afar. After agonizing over it all day yesterday, I somehow managed to nut up and did what needed to be done. So here I was, Gigantes. It was located on a narrow street in Shibuya, beneath the elevated railroad tracks. Dang, this is very The World Ends With You type place here, which is appropriate because that also takes place in Shibuya. And God, I love The World's End With You Neo. It came out like I think a year or two ago. That game was fucking jamming, and I loved the romance in it. Oh my God, I was rooting for it from at least a third into the game. But yeah, World Ends With You Neo kicks total fucking ass. Play it if you haven't, and especially if you're a fan of the original, because it's a direct sequel to the original game. And I always liked the original The World Ends With You, but I was never like a super fan of it. Like, it was definitely a fun game that I didn't regret playing, and I thought it was cool, but the sequel just made me a huge fan of the series. I loved it. Fucking loved it. And yeah, just really cool. So anyway, so here I was, Gigantes. It was located on a very narrow street in Shibuya, beneath the elevated railroad tracks. It had a very distinct red brick exterior. You're gonna love Neo when you play it. Oh, that's okay, Rose. Welcome to the stream, by the way. That's okay. Different strokes, you know? I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. It's like I don't enjoy Monster Hunter, but I'm totally happy that people that people do when they play it. The exterior was lit up too, giving off an old-fashioned austere vibe that made it feel as if I'd been transported back in time to the 50s or something. To think that a spot like this was in Shibuya of all places. I'd had no idea it even existed until yesterday. It was only 5 minutes from the station on foot, yet there weren't very many people at all. Every once in a while, a train would pass over the elevated tracks with a tremendous roar, and the telephone pole I was hiding behind would tremble slightly, but that was about it. Just a moment ago, there had been a bunch of what appeared to be Phantasm fans in front of Gigantes. Some of them were wearing outfits so out there I'd almost mistaken them for cosplayers. Well, thank you so much for the donation, Void Dweller. Oh, so Monster Hunter World is different, Dusk? I might give it a shot eventually if my backlog was not totally fucking swamped. I'm currently playing, Octopath 2. Even though I kind of dropped Octopath 1 about 2/3 through, I'm really enjoying Octopath 2. They seem to fix a lot of the issues I had with number 1. However, what surprised me the most was that there honestly weren't that many of them. Despite being such a huge topic online, there must have been no more than 100 people there. Octopath Traveler, Void Dweller. Regardless, they were all inside the building now. The concert had already begun, but since none of the audio managed to bleed outside, it certainly didn't feel like it. My heart palpitations had gone away after I'd fallen asleep yesterday, but they'd come back with a vengeance the second I'd arrived in front of the venue. It had been so hard to breathe, I'd almost thought I was dealing with some kind of heart failure. But really, I knew exactly why it was so bad. This place was filled with a thick, impenetrable darkness. The demon girl and her underlings could be lurking around any corner. Knowing that, I'd been on the lookout for anyone that might attack me ever since I got here. Oh, thank you so much for the next donation, Void Dweller. The sheer anxiety and paranoia was comparable to what it felt like going through the Wands volcano dungeon in ESO. Mobs in the Wands volcano dungeon were OP as hell, and it was surrounded by the kind of lava that insta-killed you if someone just clipped it with their pinky toe. I hate that shit. Oh god, I hate that bullshit. Oh my god, Takumi! You know, I think I'd really like you, Takumi. That shit could have been playtested. The amount of times I died there, fucking holy fucking hell. He wiped the sweat off my forehead with a hand towel and gulped down a gob of saliva. Right as I did, the door at the top of the stairs opened, and the furious beating of drums reverberated from inside Gigantes for a few seconds. A single guy exited from the door. He jogged nimbly down the stairs, then towards me. Oh, that's interesting, Mystery Theater, because that's how I felt about Octopath 1. Octopath 1, like, the grinding really fucking killed me in Octopath 1. But 2 is so much better about that. He jogged nimbly down the stairs and then toward me. Is this his friend from school? It is!
Sup, Taku? Been waiting long?
I didn't invite. Oh! I thought he did. Okay, wow. I thought that's something he would do. I'd invited Misumi-kun to go to the venue with me. As I didn't know his phone number, I'd been forced to go to school today just to ask him to go. Well, at least he's catching up on his days. Have I played Live Alive? That is on my list, Mystery Theater. I really want to. That is on my list of games I want to play. If he hadn't come with me, I probably wouldn't have even made it this far. And even if I'd somehow forced myself to go into the building alone, if the demon girl was there, it would be a certified game over. So I had Misumi-kun operate as a scout. Oh, I was thinking of, I think I'll play it myself. Live Alive. I was planning to play it myself because because it's for Switch. I did feel bad about throwing him in the line of fire, so I obviously hadn't told him about that part. The only people I could rely on were him and Nanami, so I picked the less annoying of the two, Misumi-kun. I even covered his ticket cost, so in a sense you could say I'd hired him for 1,000 yen. Oh, that's very nice of you. That is very nice of you, Takumi.
Right, here's your CD. I even grabbed one for myself, too.
Misumi-kun handed me a Phantasm album. They were being sold for an outrageous premium in online auctions, but I heard on our channel they were also available at the concerts, so I'd asked Misumi-kun to buy one for me. And now that I had one, I'd achieved half the goals I'd set out for myself. As for the remaining half, You see, yeah, that's very interesting, Mystery Theater, because my issue with progression was in Octopath 1, but I think Octopath 2's progression is a lot better than 1's. Like, the progression in 1 just totally fucking killed me.
Honestly, though, they're way better than I thought they'd be. Phantasm, I mean.
Masumi-kun had been acting pretty excited ever since he'd exited the venue.
俺あんまミーハーになりたくなかったんで聞こうとしなかったんだけどよ。今日ちょっと生で聞いただけでファンになっちまった。
Never really listened to them before, cause you know me, I'm no sheep. Besides, I figured they were overhyped, but just that little bit I heard just now was enough to make me a real fan.
The other thing I'd asked Masumi-kun to do was report anything in particular that stood out about the band members. I knew they would all come on stage once the concert started, so all I'd wanted to do was a quick scan, then head right back to me after. And yet, despite my very specific instructions, he hadn't come back for a full 5 minutes after the show started. This was probably because he'd listened to the entirety of their first song. Makes sense.
ボーカルありゃマジでいい女だぜ。
And dude, the singer? Fine ass woman right there.
女見る目あるな。
You got some good taste, my man.
I sighed internally. Takumi! You are the sheep, the pot calling the kettle black. Seriously, Takumi? Seriously? 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 Thinking with the wrong head like usual. Why was I even surprised? So much for I'm no sheep.
どんな人だった？
What'd she look like?
ああそっか。報告な。なんか探偵みてえで面白いな。そう思わねえ？
Oh, right, the report. I dig this, by the way. It kind of feels like I'm a detective or some shit, you know?
Masumi-kun grinned to himself, and I pressed him again to tell me about Fess's appearance.
髪型はショートカットだった。
Well, for starters, she had short hair.
Huh? Oh my god, that's like a 50% chance right there. And just like that, there was already a huge discrepancy. Oh my god, so is Fess the blue-haired girl, like the really, like, oh, the one looking at the moonlight in like that little snippet we saw? Did that mean Fess wasn't the demon girl? No, wait, I couldn't let myself jump to conclusions here. She could have cut her hair, or she could have used hair extensions, or she could have changed it in some other way. It wouldn't surprise me if she'd been in disguise when I've seen her at the crime scene.
スタイルがすっげえ良くて、あと背が高かったな。ありゃ俺と同じぐらいはあるんじゃねえの？
Masumi-kun, did I ever say how much I like you? Seriously? You are a really nice, upstanding guy.
She had the hottest butt, real hourglass type shit. She was tall, too. Might even be the same height as me.
You are a very nice guy. Masumi. She's tall. And the same height as you? Well, it's definitely not her then. Definitely not the pink-haired girl. Oh. No. Takumi. Masumi-kun and I were about the same height, which means Fess was probably around 170 centimeters tall. pretty tall for a girl. But I hadn't got that impression at all when I encountered the demon girl. My memories from back then were hazy. But I still felt like the demon girl had been shorter than me. Yet another thing that didn't line up then. Could you imagine if a girl was 172.5 centimeters? What kind of crazy-ass giant would she be?
他には
Anything else?
そうだな。アンニュイな雰囲気してたな。
Ah. Oh, yeah. She had this real aloof vibe to her. Too cool for school type thing.
Oh, it's gotta be the blue-haired girl. It's gotta be the blue-haired girl.
声はクールってイメージかな。結構ボソボソと喋るタイプだった。
The way she spoke had a big part in that. She's the kind of girl to talk in whispers.
Oh wow, she sounds really attractive, just like by your description.
胸のサイズはまあまあ。
As for the tits, she doesn't have much going on.
でもゴスパンの服は妙な色気があったぜ。ああいうのもありだな。断然あり。
But that goth outfit more than made up for it. It was crazy how hot it was. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Oh god damn it! Every single word he said was completely fucking useless! It's not the same girl, Takumi! Then again, I'd only gotten a quick look from the demon girl, so I couldn't exactly list her features. This plan was probably doomed from the start. It's okay. Yeah, I think there was a little...
っていうかよ。そんなにフェスに興味あるなら自分の目で見ればいいじゃねえか。ほら、行こうぜ。
But anyway, since you're interested in Fest, you really ought to take a look for yourself. Let's hit it.
Huh? Come on, Takumi! Misumi-kun began to push me from behind, forcing me up the stairs to Gigantes. I desperately tried to fight back, but Misumi-kun was stronger than me. I couldn't get away. Wait!
見たいんだろ、フェスの顔を。素直になるって。
You want to see Fez's face, right? Come on, be honest.
浮気ってのは男の差がだよな。タクも大人になったもんだぜ。
Misumi, you're so fucking cool, man. I really like you.
Fooling around with another chick's a big part of men's life. Tucker, my boy, you're finally becoming a man.
What?
この前一緒に帰ってたメガネの子のことは今夜だけは。
Oh, come on, no, Misumi, he's not.
田中のことは忘れてたよ。
It's not like he's dating her. Oh, seriously, Misumi, don't be like that. It's a good thing he wasn't actually dating her in the first place.
Just pretend the glasses girl you went home with the other day doesn't exist. I'll be forgetting about Tanaka tonight myself.
Oh, come on, dude. What the hell was he talking about? tried to stand my ground and fight back, but to my horror, I realized that I was already at the top of the stairs. Well, it was only a second floor. If I were to slip and fall, it would hurt like hell. Just the thought made me stop resisting as hard. And in that moment of weakness, my entire body weight was sent crashing through the door and into the venue. Let's see what she looks like. Oh, damn. Wow, look at that outfit right there. The second I hit the inside, an explosion of sound blasted my eardrums. I'd never experienced something so loud before. Even the pit of my stomach was being forcibly shaken by the vibrations. It was so intense it felt as if my entire body was being crushed to pieces. There were no seats in the venue. Everyone was standing up to watch. Oh, here we go, a new word. Alright, so finally something that actually needs defining. Here we go, Wotake. A unique cheer performance that a selection of fans enact at idol concerts and other live shows. Some performances include very intense physical movements, with each and every one of the movements having a specific name to them. Fans in an audience performing Wotake in perfect coordination is a sight to behold. Okay, so it's like a coordinated fan cheer. The heat was devastating. It made me want to vomit. No air conditioning, I guess. I might have been an otaku, but I was definitely not the type to obsess over idols or voice actors. Honestly, I hated this kind of atmosphere. I could tell I stuck out like a sore thumb, but thankfully no one was paying any attention to me. There were so many people in front of me. I could barely see the stage at the far end of the room. Just the blinding stage lights and the faint figure of 4 people standing under them. I was getting overwhelmed by everything happening around me. Masumi-kun handed me a plastic cup of soda. A solo cup? Be careful, that's only soda, Takumi. Seemed like Masumi couldn't pay for my ticket too. I'd have to make sure to pay him back later. Before I knew it, the song was over. The audience clapped and cheered. Oh, so they don't have the song? Oh well, it would have made the stream demonetized anyway, but I would still love to hear it. Then, having seemingly calmed down a little, everyone brought down their fists. Thanks to that, the road to the stage finally opened up and I was able to see it clearly. I got a good look at the short-haired girl standing in the middle of the stage. She was definitely not the demon girl. Oh, dang! Wow, that choker looks like it hurts. My god. Ooh, wow. Hey. Your tune is better than usual today. The voices! I can hear your voices clearly. Yup, it is the blue hair girl. I knew it would be. Of course she was singing, yeah. The world is very translucent. The voice coming through the amp sounded nothing like the demon girl that had said those cryptic words to me. She's badass. Masumi-kun was right. Fess definitely had an aloof vibe to her. Despite her short hair, she didn't feel boyish. She gave off this mysterious aura with a mix of charm, allure, and a hint of distance. And to top it all off, the silver accessories she was wearing all glittered fantastically as they reflected the lights. I felt like I was starting to understand why there were so many threads about her on that channel. In this kind of concert, I've always thought that the band members would be more energetic, but Fess seemed incredibly indifferent during the intermission. She was pretty much the exact opposite of the excited audience. Maybe that was just the type of person she was. But it seemed like the audience wasn't surprised by that. They just stayed silent during the break, listening closely to Fess's words. Perhaps this is... Goddamn it. Let's see. A lot of the girls here... Let's see. Perhaps it is that the gate to Cocytus has been closed. I'm sorry, what? Cocytus? What language was she even speaking? Oh, come on. As an otaku, you would have had to have heard that word used at least once. Come on, the icy depths of hell. The lowest level of hell. Come on, Takumi. This is basic bitch shit.
世界の均衡は大いなる意志が生まれてから数千年間保たれていた。
The world's equilibrium has been maintained for millennia since the birth of the greater will.
でも今それ崩れつつある。とても不安定。
However, now it is crumbling. Yeah, it does seem kind of like Persona 3. I'm getting a lot of stuff connected to Persona 3, like what she's talking about in Fest and everything here. However, now it is crumbling. It is so very unstable.
だから私は歌うわ。
And thus, I shall sing.
君たちのカオスを受け入れてあげる。
I shall accept your chaos. Your chaos head Noah. Oh, I guess they were a gothic punk band, so the band members probably had characters that they played. Maybe it was an easy way to win over the hearts of fans. Just spout some random nonsense that hinted it might mean something. Give it enough mystique to keep people engrossed. The Greater Will, you're right, Elden Ring, but this came out way before Elden Ring. Speaking of mystique, Fass was holding something strange in her hand. In her left hand was a plain old mic, but in the other she was holding some sort of weirdly shaped mic stand. It looked kind of like a sword. It was shaped so elegantly it felt sinister. Wow. Oh my god, wow, she's really cool. I can see why she has so many fans. It looks so sharp that even if you so much as grazed it, it would slice your finger in two. She's like an anime character in real life, in their world, basically. It was huge, too. As tall as Fess, in fact. There were also lines of glass embedded into it, which glowed with an ominous blue light. I couldn't tell if it really was a sword or not, but either way it wasn't half bad as a character accessory. No complaints there. I was strangely captivated by it. Then, using only her right arm, Fess casually lifted the huge mic stand. Ooh! And with an underhand grip, she swung it sideways. The blue light from the glass drew a wide arc with its afterglow. What the hell? This was so dangerous! What if it hit someone in the crowd? That wasn't a mic stand. Could it be a sword? And every night she would use it to cut the throat of some poor audience member, harvesting blood to offer to the demon girl or something. Oh goddamn! No! So was this concert actually some sort of black mass organized by a bunch of witches? You know, Takumi, for someone who's so deep into otaku stuff, you're kind of being a freaking square here. A fierce chill ran down my spine just thinking about it. Goosebumps covered my entire body. I should really get out of here ASAP. But the moment I thought that, Fess let out a gentle whisper.
次は3曲目
Up next, our third song of the night is...
密教の首飾り
Oh, and this is gonna predict the next crime, I bet. The necklace of Vajrayana. The crowd let out a huge cry of joy upon hearing that. Wow, look at them. Oh my god, her whole band here. And she has a fucking sword like this. Woo! Oh wow, this BGM is bumping. A moment later, the members of Phantasm all started playing. Oh, we can hear it! Here we go. A second flood of sound poured into my ears. A thunderous roar came from the speakers. I'm sorry, just listening to the song. Oh, man. Woo! Ah, man, so cool. A roar that felt like it was going to blow out my eardrums. How had these people not gone deaf yet, hanging out in places like this all the time? Okay, and at the end of the stream, go back to the title screen and wait down the press start thing. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't see this, yeah. It's the opening song. Okay. Well, I didn't see it. Okay, let's try that at the end of the stream. Looking to my side, I noticed Masumi-kun was fully into it, pumping his fists in sync with the rest of his audience. Come on, Takumi! Come on, Takumi, join up! You'll have fun. Takumi! Takumi! The intro ended. Fast began to sing, and when I heard the lyrics, I swallowed hard. Uh-oh. She was singing the prophetic song that had been posted all over our channel. It was a dark piece that didn't feel the slightest bit optimistic, even if its melody felt like a religious psalm, and the lyrics definitely didn't help. Everyone was getting riled up at first, but as the song went on, the excitement dropped further and further, and by the end everyone just stood there not saying a word. That was because everyone was fully lost in the sound. Some of them just started staring at Fess, completely entranced. There was definitely something about Fess's singing voice that captivated people. Even as I battled fear and nausea in the middle of the crowd, I found myself listening very closely to her song, not wanting to miss it. Goosebumps sprang out all over me. For a moment, it felt like the air itself had frozen over. The song ended. Fess was looking down at the stage, swaying her body from side to side as she soaked in the last echoes of the music. And then she suddenly looked back up, Without even gazing around for a second, she instantly... Oh, God. Looked at me. Takumi! I want you to have a good time at this concert, Takumi. I want you to come away from this with a positive attitude. And it wasn't like she just glanced in the general direction of my eyes. Or like she briefly made eye contact with me or anything like that. I think she's super duper coolio. And I want you to have a good time at this concert. Fess was blatantly looking right at me. I'd even go as far to say she was staring at me. Fixedly. As if evaluating my existence. As if searching deep within my heart. Her gaze was all too intense, and yet somehow she seemed a little sad. Oh, here we go! Delusion! Delusion time. Delude. Here we go. As she descended from the stage into the audience, I couldn't take my eyes off her. What was going through her head, I wondered. The rest of the Phantasm members resumed playing. But Fess wasn't singing this time. She just wandered about in the middle of the crowd and she casually threw her jacket off, exposing her sexy shoulders. The previous quiet fans were getting excited once again. Everyone threw their fists in the air as they jumped up and down wildly. They made the ground shake so hard it felt like an earthquake. However, nobody laid a finger on Fess. Maybe they thought she was too holy of an existence to be touched. Normally, if a girl with their charisma dove into the crowd, it wouldn't be surprising if they got crushed to death. But it seemed the Phantasm's herd of sheep had agreed to restrain themselves, all abiding to the unspoken rule of do not touch Fess. In doing so, they could feel Fess's presence right in front of them. They could savor the fragrance of Fess's sweat. They could touch the same air as Fess. And that was the greatest joy her followers could ever know. Until this point, I thought this was just any other performance. But I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw what Fess did next. She casually unfastened the belt. Oh no! Unfastened the belt around her waist. And then she threw it into the crowd. All of her followers instantly reached for it, competing with one another to lay their claim over it. And with a sidelong glance at them, Fess... Oh boy! Unzipped her miniskirt. Oh boy. Her skirt gently fell to her feet. Oh god. She got naked. Her black, sensual underwear was exposed. She seemed to not have a care in the world of her acolyte seeing her in such a revealing clothing. Maybe she was high off the atmosphere of the venue. Or maybe it's part of the performance, or maybe she was just an exhibitionist. I had no idea, but her other eroticism kept my eyes glued to her all the same. Fess looked at me once more. Her lips formed a bewitching smile. Yo, she's coming over here. God damn it, Takumi. Fess's eyes were fixed on me, never once looking elsewhere. She slowly started approaching, as if she had found her target. Then when she finally arrived before my very eyes... As if I was her lover, she blew her sweet breath towards me and wrapped her arms around me. The music is not selling this kind of scene, Takumi. Ugh. Her skin was slightly damp with sweat. The sweat, scent, and warmth were so alluring they made me dizzy. Her breasts pressed up against me, quickly and repeatedly rubbing up and down my body. I guess it's true what they say about singing being exhausting, because I could feel her ragged breath directly on my skin. Her arms were wrapped around my back, holding me close. Her nails were digging into the nape of my neck, and her thighs were twined around my leg. Oh my god. Wow, this is some delusion. Oh my god. Shivers ran through my entire body like jolts of electricity. I I wasn't able to push her aside, nor could I return her embrace. The only thing I could do was stand still, staring at her with my eyes wide in confusion. Back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Her followers cheered again, but this time the noises they made sounded more like screams. The music played by Phantasm intensified. Chants of "Fess! Fess! Fess!" echoed throughout the venue. Then shouts of "Do it! Do it!" began to follow. Do it? Do what exactly? In a situation like this, what could they be talking about? I had no idea. Fess, meanwhile, just kept hugging me in silence. You can see that she's really up there singing. Oh wait, that's not her though, because she was wearing a skirt. Seeking help, I looked for Masumi-kun's silhouette in the crowd. And when I found him, to my surprise, he was sharing an intense kiss with a girl in the crowd I'd never seen before. Ah, Masumi, he's that kind of dude. Well, that's cool. I'm happy for him. No, it wasn't just Masumi-kun. The rest of the acolytes, boys and girls alike, were throwing their clothes off, getting as naked as the day they were born. Oh god! No! Oh my god, it's a fucking orgy. Oh god! Is that what you're imagining, Takumi? Some embraced one another. Oh, others placed their lips together. They were even beginning to do the deed. Hell screams of pandemonium complemented the gluttony for carnal pleasure. Moans, groans, and the obscene sounds of flesh rubbing against pervaded throughout the venue where Phantasm had just performed. This is a black mass. I finally realized this was an obscene feast hosted by the witch known as Fess. More importantly, the sacrifice part of the witch today was me. I had been the chosen partner for Fess. Was this really what a Phantasm concert was like? Oh, we're still in the delusion. I was also beginning to lose myself in the atmosphere. I could feel the hazy mist engulfing my mind. I felt excitement towards what was to come, but also dread. I felt superior to have been chosen by Fess, but also completely entranced by ecstasy. I thought I was going insane. Like time, like the world had stopped completely. Why is that defined? Short for the full quote, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I blanked, but before I knew it, blank. I'm sure you don't understand what I'm saying, but I don't really understand it either. Oh, it's a JoJo quote. I thought I was going insane. It wasn't anything simple like hypnosis or super speed. On top of that, I felt like I only got to experience the tip of the iceberg. A quotation from a popular manga about bizarre adventures, often used in order to cope with difficult to understand situations in a comedic fashion. It's a JoJo reference! Okay. Oh, that was Fess. I thought that was him. Fess's laughter reached my ears once more. Even in this flood of sound, I could hear her voice as clear as day. Of course, Nagitona, we all know sex is just a JoJo reference. Just hearing the sound of it put me on the verge of fainting. But Fess was seducing me into diving further and further into the melting pot of pleasure. Alright, I'll see you later, Void Dweller. Her teeth lightly sank into my earlobe. She let out a sigh of right into my ear, and then she whispered. Ooh, yep. So apparently, like, a bunch of people have this ability to hear this voice. And I bet Shogun is an evil one. Whose eyes are those eyes? Ooh, we snap back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Wow, Takumi. He's obsessed with a 3D girl. Fess. You're so sexy, Fez. Sitting in front of my PC, I got lost in another delusion of mine. The concert I'd gone to earlier today was great inspiration. After all, as far as 3D girls went, Fez was pretty nice. That said, the number of people in the crowd had been way too high. Hell would have to freeze up for me to go there again. I wanted to get the fuck out basically the entire time. In the end, the size of the crowd made me too sick, so I had to rush to leave the venue. Baby steps, mainstream, baby steps. Today's delusion had been awesome. And who knows, maybe Phantasm and Fess actually did that kind of stuff. This is interesting. Like, we have gone a long time without the story introducing the so-called main girl that's like the cover girl, the pink-haired girl, like, properly. That is really interesting. For a story like this, like, the quote-unquote main girl is being introduced awfully late. Today's delusion had been awesome. And who knows, maybe Phantasm and Fess actually did that kind of stuff. They just decided to skip today. Well, anyway, I guess I'll log on to ESO or something. To me, ESO was my life. It was my happy place. A breath of fresh air that let me forget all about the real world. As long as I could immerse myself in ESO with this Pokemon background music, I could forget all my troubles. I could stop being me, instead wander Bossellard as Nightheart, and collect all the Pokemon, and become the Pokemon Master. Come on, Pikachu, let's go! Pika-Pee! But today, for some reason, Nightheart was a little off. Yes, I knew he relied entirely on my inputs and decisions, but somehow I found myself struggling to pull off things I could normally do with my eyes closed. This game was supposed to be a breath of fresh air, but today the more I played it, the more irritated I got. What the fuck, dude? I'm gonna fucking delete you, I swear to God! I knew it was all my fault, but I still took my anger out on poor Nightheart. God damn it! I'm so fucking pissed off! I just realized something. If Nico ever played this game, I wonder if he would give the Moshirige voice to Takumi. I do wonder if he would do that. I yanked at my hair and kicked up the bare steel wall. Yeah, I thought there were multiple endings for sure. Because I know there's such a thing called the common route, whatever that is, but, you know. Having let out all my anger, I took a deep breath and sat back down in my chair. I stared vacantly at my monitor. Nightheart was just standing there, facing towards the gate of the city of Shangri-Lu, free of my control. His back was facing towards me, just as it always was when I fought enemies. And of course, he was at the maximum level. So this part sounds so much like Pokemon. Seriously. This is like, you know, an early game route shit, like... I just can't not hear Pokemon, I'm sorry. Just as always when I fought enemies. And of course he was at the maximum level. Oh god, is he gonna turn around all creepily? I wonder what level I am. Black and white? Yeah, Gen 5 or Gen 4 for sure. Definitely. Definitely the DS. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's either Gen 4 or Gen 5. Okay, that part was totally Pokemon! I'm sorry. That's totally fucking Pokemon! Just, seriously. It's like literally the fucking main theme of Pokemon right there. Jeez. And that Takumi, that's something I think everyone who's played a bunch of RPGs has wondered like what level they are. I would be level 0.03, I think. I wonder what level I am. Had the human known as Nishijo Takumi leveled up even slightly since he started playing ESO? No, since he'd been born? If I had, then why was I still so bad at talking to people, even though I was nearly an adult? Why was I borderline shut-in? Okay. This freaking anime girl inside his head better not say it's okay. No, let him talk. Let him think about these things. You do not interrupt in saying it's okay to be a shut-in. I don't think he really wants to be. If I didn't log in as Nightheart for weeks, would he also turn into a shut-in like me? Ooh, back to whose eyes are those eyes? Uh-oh. Whose eyes are those eyes? I suddenly remembered those words and I stared at Nightheart's back. I was mildly interested in what Nightheart would do when I wasn't controlling him. So figuring I'd observe him for a little bit, I left my keyboard alone as I ate some chips. It's not gonna move without you, dude.
もしナイトハルトに自我があるとしたら
If Nightheart had his own ego, then surely he'd waltz right into the city of Shangri-La, wind blowing in against his shoulders, right? He was the hero everyone worshipped, after all. What is this delusion about?
ナイトハルト
Hey, Nightheart.
僕はいつでもお前を見てるんだ
I'm always looking at you, you know? Like, goddamn, do I want this to be a bad delusion or a good one? Takumi took some potato chips and ate them! God damn it, because I'm trying to figure out what like the red and green really mean. Like I want Nightheart to tell him to move forward with his life. Like I want Nightheart to tell him to do what makes him feel like he should be doing. That should make him happiest. Oh, dang it. You know what? No delusion.
お前はそれに気づいてるの
You aware of that? Oh, but, you know, let me just save. I'm gonna make an extra save. Where are the pages? How do you get pages? Are there really only 8 slots? Or, like... I'll keep a save here just in case. Alright, you know what? I want him to have a positive experience. Maybe Nightheart can be the anti-Seira. Only 8? Oh, that's interesting. Are you aware of that? Delusion time! Let's go! And then... Neidhart says,
Let's go to the 2D world! Ha ha!
I hadn't typed anything in yet. Neidhart still spoke. Thinking it was just an optical illusion, I rubbed my eyes. But the message was still there, displayed in the chat. Go to the 2D world? What was that supposed to mean? Neidhart, you're a 3D model game character.
それって
Even you can be a hero! We'll fight together! Ha ha!
Are you talking to me?
You're not into 3D, right? You couldn't care less about it?
いやそうだけど
Well, yeah, but... Oh no. Neidhart was speaking to me. The player controlling him. What the fuck? Did he have a will of his own after all? Or is this Shogun?
Place your hand on the monitor. When you do, you'll be able to enter Basilard. Ha ha! As Nishijo Takumi. The password is... Whose eyes are those eyes?
だが断る
But I refuse.
二次元世界に行くなら
Hell yeah,
僕はエ
Takumi!
ロゲの世界を選ぶぜ
If I get the opportunity to go to the 2D world, I'm for sure picking an Arrow Day and not a freaking place where I have to freaking scrounge up, like, fight monsters and risk death every day.
バゼラードはお前に任せるよナイトハルト
Basilard is all yours, Neidhart. After applying, I used force shutdown to turn off my computer. Okay, this looks like a new, Alright, I think with that, I think this is a good place to stop, unless, one of you says I should continue a little bit further. Well, I think that was a great way to end the stream. Oh, man. I'm having a really good time with this game. I can't wait to see where it goes. Like, I know probably to get the true ending and shit, you have to have, like, a very specific reaction to each delusion or not. Oh, my God. Yeah, Takumi is getting more control over it. Oh, yeah, I should check the title song. That's... Okay, yeah. Let me make a save. I'll save. Q and E. Oh, wow. It's... Oh, I see. Change pages right there. I didn't see that. Okay. So, yeah, now let's go back to the title. And check out the title song. It's a good place to stop. Alright, awesome. I'll turn it off after checking out the title song. Here we go. Just waiting for the song to start. Oh, gonna have to restart the game? It only plays on the press start screen. Can I... And there's no way to get back... Oh. Alright. Well, maybe next time, okay? Maybe next time. I'm trying right-clicking. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Alright, maybe next time, you guys. Alright, I can't wait. Next time, I cannot wait for you guys. It'll be on Sunday. And tomorrow, we continue more with Library of Arena. So until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You all have the sweetest of hearts. See ya.